Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pal of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop us a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys and it goes a massive way to helping the channel too. Now, this week we're on issue 78 of Imperium magazine and we have our final part to the Necron Catacomb Command Barge, a pretty damn cool unit. Now, if you are building up a decent Necron force, the Command Barge is going to come in good use. However, its alternative build, the Annihilation Barge, will also become in very handy. So, if you've been clever about it and you've bought 2 copies, good for you. You can build one of each and they're pretty damn cool. If you're building an Annihilation Barge, you can have your Overlord standalone on the black 32mm base that we received last week, and then you use your flying bases for the good old barges. But really good stuff. Genuinely a pretty cool unit. I personally am just going to build it as the Command Barge because, yeah, it's just I'm not going for the Annihilation Barge. The Annihilation Barge looks cool. It looks wacky. It looks unique. However, I am not keeping my Necron force. My Necron force, once it's all painted, will eventually be sold. Don't know who to, don't know when, but it will go. But a really cool unit. A lot of parts to it. There's a lot to it. So your build guide was in last week's issue. Follow it. You are going to need to follow it. So follow it to the T and you will not step wrong. But it's a really cool unit. And the Annihilation Barge, if you're building the Annihilation Barge, is also very good. So you have these big massive cannons if you're using the Annihilation Barge. They look gnarly. They look really good. So either unit is a very well done build. So have a bit of fun. Enjoy yourself. And if you have bought both, good luck to you. You're going to be rocking the battlefield with both of them. So really cool. Anyway, into the issue we go. We are greeted by the Chaos Demons of Slaanesh. So, if you are unaware, the Chaos powers all utilise demons in many shapes and forms. So for instance, there is the Blood God Khorne, who uses Bloodthirsters and these big brutes who like to just smash, pulverise and murder anything and everything in sight. They tend to go into a berserk rage and yeah, they are all about pleasing that god. There is the forces of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways, a unique Chaos God is in the fact that he is mostly focused on magic. Most of his demons come from the mutated, mangled and changed forms of mortal souls. And then there is also Nurgle. Nurgle, the Plague God, a pretty unique one, all about rot, despoil and life in a way. However, not life as we see it. All about bringing new life through mould and yeah, much more. But pretty unique. Slaanesh, all about the hedonistic lifestyle and excess. So a lot of these are very perfumed units. They are very different. They look unique. They have a little bit of a weird kind of sex appeal in some circles of Warhammer community. I don't agree with personally, but they're more demonettes, so they are more female based or androgynous than your average good old demons. So, but they're really cool. They're different. They're very unique. They're very weird as well. So on the other page, we find out more information about different forms of these demons. So whether they are the Heralds of Slaanesh. So the Heralds of Slaanesh can take many forms. Perhaps the most infamous is the Mask of Slaanesh. Rumoured to have slighted its master, this demon has been cursed to dance across reality and beyond. So that's always a weird story to have in your mind. There are the Demonettes. So the Demonettes are your average kind of numerous Slaanesh forces. So they don't have like pink horrors or blue horrors or anything like that. They use the Demonettes who roll, writhe, utilise their alluring and repulsive, capable, seductive weirdness to go through and spill blood and inflict exquisite painful deaths that are exalting. There is Shalaxi, when I can speak, Hellbane. Shalaxi Hellbane seems to have been created by Slaanesh with the express intention of humbling his fellow gods. Recovered chaos tomes and interrogation of servants of Ruinous Powers speak of its victories over powerful demons of Nurgle, Khorne and Tzeentch alike. So yeah, a bit weird, a bit different as well. And then there is the Keeper of Secrets. Keeper of Secrets is probably one of the coolest units that I've seen from the Slaanesh range. It's pretty big, pretty different. Multiple arms, blades for arms, much more. They're weird, they're monstrous, they're unique. They are very fitting with the other forces of Slaanesh. So pretty good. When you read some of the stories, the Keeper of Secrets works very well. Talking of stories, we have a very nice long story, mostly about the Ordo Hereticus and the forces of Slaanesh going head to head. It's a pretty lengthy story as well. I'm not going to lie, most of the stories in these pages are like 4 pages long. This is 8 pages of story. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. I haven't actually finished reading all of it, but it works very nicely. And a story involving Slaanesh is a little bit weird and a little bit unusual, and the artwork is, yeah, as you can see, odd. Very odd. But different, so why not? Pretty cool, but not bad. Then we have our paint section. How to paint section is very simple. It is up to you. Paint it how you see fit. Just try to fit it in with your Necron army. Like, I've got a lot of black in my army, and I've utilised a lot of black for carapaces of things like spiders, and well, the Cryptek Wraith, the spider, the Triarch Stalker, and much more. So I will utilise a lot of black areas and shading over a lot of it, and dark, very dark, going for a dark kind of look with my Necrons, but not too dark. So there'll still be a glint and metal in there as well. But yeah, they look different. Your Necron crew, it's always good to do these in sub builds with this type of model. So you'll have your good old Overlord, very similar to the Overlords that we painted before. Dead easy. Your command panel, so you're going to want to put that after you've put your kind of painted the rest of it. If you build it all up and put all of it together, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a pain in the ass to paint. So paint up your Necron crew, your Overlord, the actual barge itself, and the prow section, the command panel, and much more separately from each other, because it will be very difficult to paint if you've painted it all up and built it all and glued it all together in one go in general. So, but otherwise, you can get a load of detail in there, you can get a lot of cool stuff, you can make them look pretty damn good. Once it's all done, I'm sure it's going to look great. However you want to paint it, if you are following the magazine, it actually looks pretty good. So when we finally get to the end of the paint section, that's not a bad looking mini. That looks pretty good. It does work very well. It's a nice looking unit. There's a lot of green in there, there's a lot of silver, a lot of brass, a lot of black. It works. It's a very nice colour scheme. So, one that is very doable for any Necron player. So, worth a shot. Then we have our data sheet for the Catacomb Command Barge. It's a pretty good data sheet as well. So there is a lot of unique rules and abilities that the Command Barge has, with it being living metal, having its own command protocols, having its own will, and much more. It also has some pretty cool weapons. So it has a Tesla cannon, which can be utilised. Gauss cannon, war scythe that the good old Overlord is carrying, and much more. It looked good, looks pretty decent. Why not? It's good stuff though, but really good. I like it. It's a unique unit to use in your battlefield. You also get a tutorial for it as well, and the fact that it does hover, because it is a flying unit, so it can kind of hover into battle and have a bit of fun. Why not? And then we have our mission for the week. So we have Our player A and player B deployment zones, we have a little red section here, all about controlling objective markers and also utilising a way out and establishing a foothold within your battlefield. 75 power, pretty good. It's a pretty decent sized back fight, so enjoy it, have a bit of fun with it, and yeah, pretty good. And then finally, next week we get part 1 of Reboot Guilliman. So, for Primarch of the Ultramarine chapter of Space Marines, Reboot Guilliman and his, flaming sword, a really nice unit. I'm looking forward to getting this guy. He looks very different, very ornate armor like Marnia's Calgar. Really good stuff, pretty cool. Issue 80 is going to be part 2, and we'll have the painting guide. So I believe the build guide will be in next week's issue. Painting guide will be in the week after, and then we'll move into our final 10 issues, which include 3 Paragon war suits for Adeptus Sororitas. We have a new Skitarii Marshal, we have new Necrons, we have a couple more good old Space Marines as well. So really cool, really good stuff, a lot to look forward to, a little bit life in the old dog yet. And of course then, if you are unaware and if you like your fantasy battles, good old Warhammer Stormbringer magazine is out and available now. Now, we are on issue 2 this week. I have done another video for that one, which you can find at the end of this, the link at the end of this video. Check it out. If you're not kind of familiar with the Age of Sigmar, it's worth checking out anyway. See what the difference is, see if there's anything you like, and it might be worth picking up to get some pretty cool units, some new Oryx, some Stormcast Eternals, Cadron Overlords, Sylvaneth, Goblins, a Giant, some Storm Drakes later on. Really cool. So, a lot to look forward to. Mini Wargaming is absolutely fantastic. It's a good way of kind of expressing yourself, a lot of good stuff involved in it. It's an enjoyable hobby. Have fun with it. And yeah, I will see you sometime very, very soon. Bye-bye now.